Welcome to my channel. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and family. So Ja Morant is back trending again. And no, it's not for making it to the Western Conference Finals, nor is it for winning the MVP. But he's back trending for flashing the blicky yet again. This guy cannot seem to stay away from doing so. For one, we can't say it's the people around him that's forcing him to do these dumb stuff. As we can see from the video, his friend did try to save him by quickly pointing the camera away, but it was a little too late. Ja Morant was seen on video showing that blicky. Now the Memphis Grizzlies have already reacted and have suspended him from all team activities for showing that blicky again on the video. Now for those that are still defending him and saying he did no wrong, these are clearly actions that are detrimental to the league and hurt the bottom line, which is the money. Especially with him being the face of Memphis, a city where there's a lot of violence and crime going on, and a lot of the youth look up to him. But instead of being an upstanding role model, he decides to flash his gun and promote gun violence every other month. Ain't nothing wrong with owning a gun, but when you have companies investing millions into you, like Nike, Powerade, and you're on an NBA roster, not only do you hurt the league, but you also hurt those companies endorsing you. What's so hard about not flashing the blicky on Instagram Live? No one cares if you own a gun. It's well within your rights. It just becomes an issue when you are constantly flashing it on social media and trying to pretend like you're some big time drill rapper with multiple bodies. One of his endorsement deals is Nike. It's a family friendly product and a well-known brand. The summer season is almost here. People are getting ready to roam the streets, rocking their Nike shoes. But for you guys that are living in America, have you been paying attention to the news lately? What's been trending is non-stop gun violence and mass shootings. Now, one of the faces of Nike is seen constantly flashing his gun on Instagram Live. Now, Nike, a well-known family brand, is now being associated, whether they want it or not, they're being associated to gun violence and mass shootings. This hurts the bottom line and tarnishes their image. No one is bigger than the brand. No one is bigger than the money. And for those that are still defending him, yes, believe it or not, there's people out there that are still defending Ja Morant. This is what the CBA says about players when it comes to guns. If you don't know what the CBA is, it's basically the contract between the players and the owners, and it outlines what they're allowed to do. This is the contract that they sign when they're getting paid. Similar to when you just start a job, you have to sign those contracts. It clearly states whenever a player is traveling or on any NBA related business, whether on behalf of the player's team, the NBA, or any league related entity, such player shall not possess a firearm of any kind nor any other deadly weapon. It also says at the commencement of each season, if the player owns or possesses any firearms, the player will provide the team with proof that the player possesses a license or registration as required by law for any such firearm. And they're also required to provide proof of modifications or additions made to this information during the season. And it also talks about how if a player violates any of these rules, they are subjected to discipline by the NBA. And this is the second time that Ja has gotten suspended. Not too long ago, he got suspended. He claimed mental health. We know that was all BS. So he clearly knows the rules, but he's back doing the same thing. How dumb can you be? But clearly, guys, the league does allow players to own guns, but the league does have policies that you must follow. And it's clearly that Ja is not following them. At the end of the day, athletes are still employees. They're just highly paid and make millions of dollars. But people get fired every day from their jobs for doing stupid things like being rude to customers, stealing items, constantly being late, and etc. If you post certain things on social media while wearing your work uniform, or if you post certain private company information, or people have posts like them being inside of a meeting or showing the office on TikTok, people have gotten fired and suspended over these dumb stuff. Now, will Ja get kicked out of the league? No, he's too talented. But they will definitely, and they have no choice at this point to make an example out of him, as this is the second time and he got off easy the first time by claiming he was going to rehab and mental health. There's no way to spin himself out of this one. Don't be surprised to see him lose all his endorsement deals. At the end of the day, they are in business with him for his likeness. It's a vital part of their marketing. They don't want his likeness being associated with gun violence. Maybe if Ja spent more time looking at how other superstars move, like LeBron or Steph, how they stay out of trouble, instead of doing the most along with Dylan Brooks, his teammate, he might have already gotten hip to how to move off the court during the offseason. But it's a little too late, and the league has no choice but to make an example out of him. He clearly finds clout in proving how down and tough he is more valuable than his career. For those that are still defending him, again, how many passes does Ja deserve before the league has to make an example out of him? How many passes do people in everyday life get? Sure, sometimes we do get them, but sooner or later, that bill is due, and when you keep taking it for granted and you keep ignoring it, the bill will be paid, whether it's through retaliation towards you from others, aka spinning the block on you, or retaliation from law enforcement, or through throwing your butt in jail. Anyways, guys, let me know what you're thinking. With that being said, I am out.